It never says anywhere in the Bible that Jesus laughed, but yet you don't need to know that just by listening to today's gospel. There's such an earthy sort of Semitic humor that comes through in these images that he gives us. We would call them memes today. That this idea of like the person coming to take the speck out of your eye when they've got a log sitting in theirs. The blind leading the blind. All these exaggerated images make us laugh if we recognize that's what he's trying to do. You see, in that image of the log in our eye, it's simply Jesus is saying to us that we are all of us quick to point out others' faults without acknowledging our own. You know how you know that? All you have to do is drive on the Mass Pike. And you concentrate on everybody else's fault and just ignore your own. You see, the remedy to this problem of a lack of self-insight is self-reflection. There's an ancient practice in the life of the church called an examination of conscience. It's something that one can do either right before you go to bed, or if you're the type that falls asleep right away, do when you get up first thing in the morning, is a way of looking at our day. And first by starting and saying, okay, God, thanks for that day. Thanks for this day that just happened. And then, using your imagination, play the movie of the day. Okay, I got up, I did this, I did that, I went here. And as you look at the movie, just see where God was in that day. Try to hone your awareness of God's presence in each of our days. And then look to see where you saw him and where you didn't see him. Look to see where you brought him and where you didn't bring him. Give thanks again for all the blessings that you received, and then make a plan for that upcoming day. A plan to say, you know what? I really didn't see the Lord in this particular person. I'm going to go out of my way to bring that person Jesus today. I didn't pray as much as I could have. I really should have. Wouldn't that have been great if I had taken and not missed that opportunity to plan for the day, so that with the world called mindfulness, we don't have mindfulness, we have soulfulness. Bigger than just a mind, it's a whole mind, body, and soul, all of us, to be present to Jesus in the world. So Lent is coming up, just right around the corner. This Wednesday we have Ash Wednesday. Sort of like an examination of our whole year, to take 40 days as we prepare to celebrate the resurrection by living more purposefully our Christian faith. There are three elements, of course. There's prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. Prayer is to say Jesus, make place intentionally for Jesus in your day. To maybe tick that up just a little bit more. Fasting, which is what we all concentrate on. What did you give up? I gave up this, and I said, no, thank you, I won't be eating that chocolate. You can go do that. But this is what we tend to think of most in Lent. But then there's this third element that we should make in our examination of our life, and that's almsgiving. You see, we concentrate on giving stuff up, but what about giving to others? Almsgiving often gets left behind. And that's one of the great gifts of the annual Catholic appeal, is we have to discern where and how do we most effectively use the gift of our material blessings to make the world better, to help the poor, to help those who are marginalized. And the annual Catholic appeal is sort of one-stop giving. A place where if you say, well, I want to make sure I help the poor, and with food banks and meal assistance. Well, that's the annual Catholic appeal. I want you to really be able to thrive in our diocese, and I want to make sure that happens. Well, that's the annual Catholic appeal. I say, well, I like to protect the unborn. I want to make sure that those most vulnerable who have no voice have a voice. And there it is, the annual Catholic appeal to help programs like Bethlehem House help and walk with mothers who are in challenging pregnancies. Jail ministry. Where was Jesus when we went and visited him in jail? Well, maybe we don't have that opportunity to do it, but our ministries do in all the 4 counties of our diocese. This year, the theme of the annual Catholic Appeal is Together in Hope. Together in hope. That we, in fact, have a chance, as a family of faith, to bring hope to the world that needs it so desperately. The hope is that Jesus Christ is the love, is the gift that brings us all to eternal life, that his resurrection conquers all, and he has done just that. That's our hope. And that's what we bring most especially when we give to others. So, this year, this Lent, don't just give stuff up, give someone hope, especially through the annual Catholic Appeal. Praise be Jesus Christ.